Kris, you're on us. Kris?
I'm here.
Whoa.
I'm here. Okay. Okay.
Do you have any consideration? Do you have any consideration of getting funders to do?
Who didn't hear, she said, what is the chemical formula for potassium nitrate? So shoot it in the comments. Let me see your suggestions.
Mute the mic, Ashley.
All right, so the first one.
Blake, mute the mic.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you guys doing? You can unmute your mic.
So far.
Yo, you are.
We're great.
Hi, Kris.
Doing good. Good.
All right. So
Good to go.
Today we have something in store for you. We have two beautiful ladies in store for you. They are Monique McIntosh and Kadia Francis of Digital Jamaica and Digital Disruption JA. I think both of them own both of those
Platforms.
businesses.
Yeah.
So I'd like to be introducing both of them for you guys, and they can get right in. Hi, Kadia. Hi, Monique. It's
Hi. Nice to meet you.
yeah, nice to meet you, Monique. All right, so I'll get right in. So
Let me put on
let's
my
start
eyes
with
so I can see
Kadia.
properly. Yes.
Francis is a multidisciplinary digital professional and the founder of Digital Jamaica platform, an information and education resource dedicated to the education and promotion and overall growth of Jamaican tech and digital professionals. Her motto, "The future of everything is digital," indicates her firm belief in the immense potential of these spaces to advance small island states like Jamaica. The digital frontier is how the ordinary citizens of Smile Islands states can build legitimate online businesses with access to global markets. I stand by that, to be honest. She is a graduate of the University of Technology and holds an upper second class honors degree in law. Kadia is of the view that studying for and successfully completing a law degree at the university has been the best thing she has ever done. She credits this process with her gaining invaluable skills and abilities that she now relies on in her work. Again, nice to meet you, Kadia. Monique McIntosh. Monique McIntosh is a digital marketing specialist, educator, and co-founder of the Digital Disruption Agency. As a digital marketing specialist, Monique has worked with local and international brands across multiple industries to leverage the power of digital to achieve their organizational goals and support their communication objectives, including L'Oreal Paris, Jamaica, Lady Shelley Beauty, Regency Bar and Lounge to name a few. As an educator, she has spent hundreds of hours training emerging and existing digital marketing professionals and entrepreneurs through organizations such as Scotiabank Vision Achiever 2020 program and Kingston Creative Hub's Digital Bootcamp. All right, so she's passionate about strengthening digital knowledge in Jamaica and the Caribbean. She co-hosts 2 weekly educational features on live radio and social media. The Tech Time Show on Sun City Radio, 104.9 FM, and the Digital Jamaica Live Show on Instagram. Monique believes that our geographical and cultural advantages can be transferred into the online space, and with basic digital literacy, Jamaicans can successfully tap into regional and international markets, thereby revolutionizing the way we do business and strengthening the economy. So guys, pretty much they're here to introduce you to an opportunity in entrepreneurship and personal branding with vision, if you may, because that's where it all starts. Then you get into the leveraging of your own money to then invest. So let us make welcome these lovely ladies. You can start whenever you want. I'm here.
All right. Thank you.
Oh,
Is that dinging that we're hearing people coming in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how.
Is there any way to turn that off?
I'm checking.
All right. So in the meantime, hi guys. Thank you for the invitation, Christopherson.
Christopher.
Why do I keep calling you Christopherson? Oh my God.
We're actually from the same.
I'm so sorry. Like, is the spelling of the name that keeps throwing me off?
The K.
Is the K that keeps throwing me off. I am so sorry. Guys, I've been doing this all week to him and he's so gracious. I'm so sorry, Christopher. Thank you for the invite. Christopher reached out to us on through our Digital Jamaica platform on Instagram, and we were excited to address you guys. We've been addressing different university groups. Since the COVID thing started, apparently you guys just realized that you need digital. But we'll take it, no complaints. So there's a fair number of us in here. So thank you guys and welcome. My name is Kadia Francis, as Christopher said, and this is my business partner, Monique McIntosh.
Hi guys, pleasure to be here.
Yes, and together we have been doing some amazing things, if we do say so ourselves, you know, in the tech and digital space locally. Pretty much just a little background about what we do over at the DDA. We are a digital training, skills training, and resource hub for not just Jamaicans, but Caribbean nationals who are interested in learning and earning online. As Christopher read in Monique's bio, we do believe that we have certain natural advantages because of where we are in the Caribbean basin. So we have a geographical advantage in terms of we're literally in everybody's backyard. We have a cultural advantage, especially Jamaicans, because whether we admit it or not locally, the Jamaica brand is a huge global brand, one of the biggest global brands in the world. So we have that going for us, and we have a language advantage. A lot of people don't think of Jamaicans as bilingual people, but we are bilingual. We speak English and we speak Jamaican Creole or Jamaican dialect. We don't like to call it patois, that's colonizers speak. But that is an advantage that we do have as well, and we're trying to teach persons how to take those things, put it together with whatever passion, hobby, expertise, or skill that you have, and make some dough online. So Monique is going to start out. Just to give you a background about the theme of our talk is really why we think is, you figured out how to turn that off, Christopher? Why we think everybody should have a digital side hustle. So even if you're not totally convinced that I can do this thing full time, even though Monique and I, we've been doing this full time for quite a while now. And as you can see, we're fat. So that means we're eating. Right? So it is possible. I mean, I included myself in that. It is possible. It's definitely something that can be done. And we've run into several Jamaicans who are making a substantial living in the digital space. So we're going to go into why we think every single one of you in here, whether you are first year, second year, third year, no matter where you are in your university process, can actually get started online now. And you don't have to be an entrepreneur, because that's a loaded word for a lot of people. It comes a lot of anxieties, trust me, I know, but you don't have to be an entrepreneur. You can be an intrapreneur, as well as you can have this as again a side business running along with your main job if you have a main job. So Monique, when you are ready, my dear.
Okay. Hi guys, hi again. First and foremost, before we really dive into it, I'm gonna say that both Kadia and I are very interactive people. So we'll want you guys, if you have questions, you can raise your hand. Please use the chat. We'll be interacting with you guys through those mediums. And also, we're not here to talk off our faces to you alone. I'm preempting that we're gonna have a bit of a hot seat later in our discussion, where we're gonna invite some of you guys to actually hop on with us and to talk with us and make we hear what you say, and we can give our either suggestions or thoughts on what you would have said, recommendations, all of those stuff. So we are really into having interactive conversations and not just to have a lecture.
Yeah, we're not talking at you.
We're not here to talk to you, right? With that being said, I'm glad to be here. I hear some people talk about they went to the school across the way. I went to the University of the West Indies, so I'm proud to be home. For all my Karimak peeps, big up yourself. All right, so when Christopher contacted us about, I think it was about wealth creation and different opportunities that people can have, we know that our lane, what we really know about and how we can really make an impact is the digital space. And so we came up with this topic, why everyone should have a digital side hustle, to really start sharing with you guys some ways that you can start thinking about digital. When we talk about digital tools and platforms and how we can use them to really earn real money, not monopoly money now, we're talking about how is it that we can package and offer, whether it is your skills, talents or your experiences, your expertise that you can package and offer for sale to an audience that is primed to buy. Now that wording and phrasing is very important because there's some work that goes into priming people to buy from you. However, what we love about the digital space is that anybody, anywhere, no matter where you are in the world, no matter who you are, once it is that you have a smart device, it could be a phone, it could be a tablet, it could be anything, as well as access to broadband internet and even a troops little bit like this much talent, you can actually find and you can create opportunities to build a profitable brand or business.
All right.
That's literally what you need.
Right. And as I was saying earlier, even if your intention for going online is not directly linked to some kind of entrepreneurial endeavor, not all of us are entrepreneurial minded, really. You just want to learn how to better position yourself to be found by the right people. You're in university. What are you studying? You maybe want to be headhunted by a company that you really want to work for. You can use the digital space to put yourself in a position where they find you, right? They're looking for you because they're always online looking for new young talent, right?
Especially the overseas companies.
And that's something we're going to get into later because some of us only think local. We are not thinking local. Digital is your passport to the world. And that sounds corny, but believe it. All right?
It's true. Yeah.
So, or maybe you want to be acknowledged in your industry for some kind of expertise that you may have, or generally you want to raise your profile. Maybe you want to become an influencer or a thought leader, or you want to build out your network because you guys know how it is in Jamaica. You have to know somebody will know somebody will know somebody. Yeah. So you want to build out your network. The beauty about it is you can log on to Twitter and say you're interested in video production. You can message Marcia Forbes from Phase 3 Production and go, hi, Marcia, you know, you're my inspiration. Yeah. Would really love to have a conversation with you. And next thing you know, you're in the DMs talking to Marcia Forbes,
which is a big deal.
You don't even have to go local. You know some big movie producer, some producer of some piece of content that you really love. You message them on Instagram, message them on Twitter. Hey, love what you do. Would love to get to have a conversation with you about a project that I'm working on from Jamaica. And believe me, once I said Jamaica, people is going to go, people ears going to prick up because, as I said earlier, the Jamaica brand is powerful. The problem is we are the last ones to benefit from our own culture. We make the least amount of money from our culture internationally, and that's kind of what we want to change. But that requires a mindset shift from local people as well, because sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees. You're in Jamaica, you think, not going to Jamaica the worst, and blah blah blah. Other people out there looking, going,
oh my God,
Jamaican culture is bomb and we just love it. And how are we gonna make some money from it? Then gonna slap the name Jamaica on a shirt, bake it yellow and green, and it sell like hot bread online, right? So that's what we're talking about. When I say influencer, don't go off now thinking Kim Kardashian or the Kardashians, or that's not what we mean by influencer. There are Jamaican influencers who are making a living pushing products. They're doing digital partnerships with reputable organizations, reputable companies, and that's another way that they're earning income. It's not full-time income for some of them, but certainly it's a substantial amount of money that they can make advertising and promoting. So they're almost remote brand ambassadors, if you want to look at it that way. And that's also something that Jamaicans are just kind of getting into. Even international brands are looking at Jamaican. So say, for instance, a makeup company wants to get into the Jamaican market. They're going to look at, okay, who are the Jamaican beauty influencers on YouTube, on Instagram, because those are kind of the two platforms where you can find influencers. Who's out there talking about what they do? Who's out there exercising their expertise and being loud about it? That's the person I want to work with. Now, this person may not have thousands of followers, but what they do have is a dedicated community of people that comes back time after time to hear what it is that they have to say. Think of your favorite YouTuber. Think of your favorite Instagrammer. You're always going back to see the content that they're putting out because you have some common interest. So that means you're now a member of their community, and them can actually leverage your membership to their community to earn money. So digital makes it all possible. The advantage you have as university students is that you are all spending a ton of money to learn some kind of skill that will be valuable, right? And once you've obtained that degree, you're automatically a subject matter expert. Now, this is the mindset shift that we are talking about, Monique. Becoming a subject matter expert doesn't require any extra nothing. Literally, once you get your degree and a piece of paper say you pass, even if it just say pass, and you graduate, you're now a subject matter expert, and nobody can tell you differently because you just spent 3 or 4 years spending a ton of money studying this thing. Nobody can tell you the difference. Yeah,
I'd actually like to jump in here because you just mentioned about after you get the degree or you get the piece of paper, right? But the truth is, the magic about digital is that you don't have to wait until you get the piece of paper. The truth is, from day one of university, you are either learning things in the classroom or outside of the classroom that are now shaping and changing your worldview. How much more powerful would it be? A lot of the stuff that we watch online is about the process, A lot of the things that we watch online and that we see or we hear. Hi, Jody. Jody. Hi. Mute your mic, please. Or the Kris, beg you, mute her mic, please.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't have to. A lot of the stuff that we see is the process and along the way, right? So we really don't have to wait until you get that official thing and you're at the point where you need the work now, and I'm so distracted. You need the work now in order to start going online. The truth is, the magic is in starting before, building your brand, showcasing your own expertise. Okay, I got this project to do. This is how we approached it. This is how we're doing this. And you get the attention from early. Yeah. People start recognizing and start noticing what you're doing from now. You don't have to wait.
And even if you're only showing the process of you going through university, that's pretty interesting content. Have you ever seen a video created by a UWI students or UTech students or any university students, a day in the life of a UWI student studying sports medicine? And you're chronicling your day via vlog from your get up, getting to school, in your class, doing your lecture, hanging out with your friends, eating, getting food on campus. Also, I can guarantee you that that is content people are going to want to see outside of Jamaica, inside Jamaica, but specifically outside of Jamaica too.
Because you get to reminisce.
That's what I was getting to. There's two things about Jamaican content that really makes it popular. One, it's Jamaican, and people just think that we're automatically cool. Literally, people think Jamaicans are the coolest thing in the world. And secondly, we have a large diaspora, and that diaspora is very sentimental. And that sentimentalism, if that's not a word, I'm making it one today. Okay, don't at me. So that sentimentality actually drive sales. I use up my UTech words, yeah? Actually drive sales as well. And I will give you an example. If you guys are on Instagram, you probably know the channel Proud Jamaicans. Proud Jamaicans is one of the largest online community of Jamaicans anywhere on the internet. The gentleman behind it is called Chevon Morgan, and he has created a very successful formula for like super growth for his platform. So on Instagram, he has over 300,000 followers. On Facebook, he has almost 400,000 followers. And I think he has another platform with almost 200,000 followers. And then he has other smaller platforms, and none of his platforms are less than 18,000 followers. And these are all Jamaican-based communities. But the clever thing that he has done is that he has used different platforms to highlight different aspects of Jamaica. So one is talking about the African ancestry and our blackness and part of the people. And then the next one is literally going into almost like anybody, okay, I might be giving my age away here, but I remember Hill and Gully Rider. Now, Hill and Gully Rider was a program that used to come on TVJ and is literally taking you back to the old days, right? When they used to talk about Bumper Brush, which is that little coconut thing that they used to scrub the floor till it shine using red polish. Yes.
It's not on TV. It's still on TV.
I think it's still on TV, Hill and Gully Rider, right? So
TV.
it's kind of a trip down memory lane. His entire platform is so quintessentially Jamaican. And he has been able to parlay that into a substantial online business where he sells Jamaican branded merchandise, cups, shoes, masks, shirts, dresses, pens, you name it, him slap a Jamaican flag on it or the name Jamaica on it, and it sells in no time. He is one of the biggest sellers on Teespring. I don't know how many of you know Teespring is a very popular platform where you can go and design t-shirts and sell. He's one of their biggest sellers. In fact, he does courses for Teespring. They've partnered with him to do courses because he's been doing so well on that platform. This is what I'm talking about. There's another platform too called, don't remember, I'm sorry. But it's also another huge platform on Instagram. He partnered with Facebook Market, even though that feature is not available in Jamaica. But he's Jamaican, he lives in the States, which is why he has access to that feature. And he's been selling out backside on Facebook Market, exclusively selling Jamaican merchandise. There's Kris Gayle, since you need more convincing. He is the CEO of myislandjamaica.com. It's the jankiest website you'll ever see in your life. It is not what you are used to as millennials and Gen Zers. Believe me, it's janky as hell. But it's been around for so long and people are so comfortable with it. And the value of that platform is that, again, it's a place where they can go and reminisce and relive their childhood as Jamaicans. And he has parlayed that into a successful YouTube channel. He has turned that YouTube channel into a how-to channel. And this is what he did with his clever self, yes? He's from Westmoreland. And in Westmoreland, there's a lot of traditions that is still happening, Jamaican traditions. Mostly how we make certain herbal-based stuff, oils and skin lotions and stuff. So there's this lady by the name of Sally. And Sally is the go-to person for Jamaican black castor oil. Now, if any of you watching me is a member of the natural hair community like I am, and you're on YouTube watching any of those videos, everybody and their mother swears by Jamaican black castor oil, to the point where companies have been telling people that their products contain Jamaican black castor oil that either don't or don't contain enough of a concentration of it for it to make any difference. Why? Because once the name Jamaican black castor oil is on it, it is going to sell. So what Wellesley did, he realized that that was the play and that other people was capitalizing off his particular culture from Westmoreland. And he said, all right, I'm going to make a video. And he trudged up a hell of a hill because God bless him, I wouldn't have done it.
The hill is like a dirt part. One dirt part. And all you see a bush.
Bush. From all your eyes can see is bush. And one tiny little house in the middle of the bush is where Sally lived. And Sally pick her plant the castor beans and she put it on a tin roof and she dry it and she boil it down on wood fire. She use a particular wood because you have to use a particular wood, yeah? And she boil it in her dutchy pot and she boil it down and she strain it off. And let me tell you what the genius is behind that. And you're probably thinking, where the hell am I going with this story? Money is where I'm going with this story, because the genius behind what he did was he showed them the process. He's saying to them that, here what, I'm selling you a premium item, which is handmade Jamaican black castor oils from the hills of Westmoreland from Sally. And this is how Sally, with her one look self, the labor intensive work that Sally had to go through to buy this. Now, as a viewer, this says to me exclusivity. This says to me premium. It says to me hard work. It says to me culture. I'm experiencing, I'm witnessing Jamaican culture. And that means that well as they can sell one little bottle of castor oil so for $120 US dollars. And when I say him sell out of castor oil, him sell out of castor oil. Him never in stock of castor oil to the point where I forgot find somebody else we can help Sally make castor oil.
Yeah, one lady named Rose.
So now Rose in St. Elizabeth making money, Sally in Westmoreland making money, well as the working money, and in communities hella satisfied paying premium dollars for culture. That's what we are talking to you guys about, digital side hustles. And this is the power of these kinds of platforms. So when we come, we're not trying to fluff it. We're not even trying to bullshit you. We're giving you real practical actionable things that other people with your experience, this is what we call experiential learning. They live right here in Jamaica and they don't live nowhere. They live right here in Jamaica. They're not the thing right here.
They're not trying to borrow somebody else's version of
this is how we do it.
Yeah.
Barrington McIntosh.
All right. Hold on. Before you go to Barry. So they're not trying to jump on the latest trend or the latest fad that's happening in the United States.
We are a trend. The Jamaica is a whole mood.
Not trying to be the next Kylie Jenner or whatever, but literally using the things that we have. And this is why I also brought it back to the point of you already have what you need to be an expert, and you already have what you need to step into the online space and do amazing, wicked, awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Because the information and the insights and the background and the knowledge and the things that you know, the stuff that you take for granted, the sitting down by Juicy and playing dominoes, Nardo and that stall, as you talked about the day in the life, like literally things flashed through my eyes with passing by Nardo by Humanities and Education, and there was
buying cornbread and cheese.
Yeah,
I went to UWI as well.
Right, buying the corn dog and there was a
exactly. Uziel Anderson said we're experts just by being Jamaican. Yes. Exactly. And couldn't have said it any better.
When I was going to university, I think this guy died, but he used to carve out wood and have different wood carvings, and he was always under the big tree by Humanities. And it's those little moments and those little things that
the beehive.
And people look back and go, oh yes, I remember that. Oh, Professor Naya is still there. Oh, and can reminisce.
Yes, sentiment sells. Yeah. There's a gentleman by the name of, because when we come here now and talk to you about this, we're going to just throw a whole heap of names at you. And what we're expecting you to do is go and look up these people and actually study the process that they do. And a lot of them are very approachable and very friendly. And if you send them a DM, they will talk to you if you need more information. So Barrington McIntosh is another Jamaican genius. Barrington McIntosh lives in Montego Bay with his nice little wife and the nice little kids. Montego Bay. Cute family. Barrington McIntosh was a big executive of a power company in Jamaica, a privately owned power company. And Barrington McIntosh's wife, as a stay-at-home mom, decides to, hear what now? I'm going to see how I can earn some money, bring some more money into the household. So she decided that she was going to start selling stuff on Amazon. And Barrington said within a couple months, she was making more money than he was. And he decides to, all right, then I left this job and we're going to do this full time. They are now multimillionaires just selling stuff off of Amazon. And when I say selling stuff, I mean only selling Jamaican made products. Coffee is their #1 seller. Coffee, busy, ginger, peppermint, curry, hair products, you name it, they sell it and they make a killing. Even Jamaican black pepper. Because again, we have a large, very nostalgic, very sentimental diaspora. And we also have people who love Jamaica just because, as I said, Jamaica is a whole vibe, it's a whole mood. And anything that comes out of Jamaica is the greatest thing in the world. And you don't even have to believe us, just go online and look for yourself, right? So once, and even Amazon said it to Barrington, once it have a made in Jamaica on it, it will sell on Amazon. Barrington McIntosh is now an official Amazon trainer, as in they pay him a ridiculous an unholy amount of money. Fly him out of Jamaica every year. Well, not this year because COVID, so now he's doing it remotely because I'm still paying him an unholy amount of money to fly him out to go talk to some very white people. Like it's the whitest bunch of people you've ever seen in your life. Literally Brittany from California, yeah, to go teach them how to sell on Amazon. Now this is the interesting thing. Amazon is not available to Jamaicans. We cannot go and directly sign up for an Amazon store. It's not available to us in Jamaica. So Barrington McIntosh had to find somebody in foreign to set up his store for him, and he is still in the top 10% of Amazon sellers
in the world.
Globally. We're not even talking about region. Globally. And Amazon is like, how the hell are you doing this? And then fly him out every year for go teach white people how to do what they created, because he's doing it better than them. That's what I'm talking about. And usually say the fact that we're Jamaican, and that even goes, let's take it a step deeper. The fact that we never had it, and the fact that we have had to figure it out, which means that we know this thing better than the people who created it know it. Same with our doctors, same with our teachers, same with name any Jamaican profession. Yeah. When they export us overseas to do it, we know how to do it better than them, because we don't have the technology that they have, which means that a little piece of equipment where them are you up or you in.
Make it work.
Now the doctor knows say if him knock it on so 2 times so and shake it 2 times and flip the switch there so it will work. I am now for use full chicken wire to string up the thing so the heart still beat. So you find that because of that disadvantage, we have an advantage. And that is even more obvious in the digital space, where literally nobody cares about your certification. So yeah, you go, UWI, I have some fancy degree, that's nice, but can you do the thing? Graphic designers, web developers, coders, nobody online cares if you have a degree from UWI that says you came first in your computer science class. Can you code? All right, write me a piece of code. Joel Dean went to UWI. Joel Dean got his start
went to
working
NCU.
for NCU. Listen, I'm not good with these places and faces and things. I'm old.
You're not old, Kadia.
Joel Dean, who we had on our show, the Tech Time Show on Sun City Radio. Joel Dean got headhunted by WordPress. Everybody knows WordPress, as a software engineer, because he created one tiny piece of code. Now, if you guys are on Twitter, you guys know when you click the like button, you see it do a little ping kind of thing. That's what you call interactive micro interactivity. I should know this because I design websites. Micro interactivity. So it's just a small interactions. Thing. Yeah. So simple, just clicking that like button, you see the thing goes like this. That's what we call micro interactions. Is somebody in Jamaica built that for Twitter? Joel Dean. And he's now working at WordPress as a software engineer, and he has recently been put on their recruitment team for in charge of the Caribbean. That's some of the amazing things that Jamaicans are out here doing.
No, I want to jump in with that same story, because with that opportunity, that's not something that somebody came and told Joel, oh, create this or do that.
Yeah, he
literally created this of his own accord. So what did he do? He literally created the code and he placed it on GitHub, which any tech person in here knows, right? For free. He gave it away.
Free.
Twitter uses it. Whole heap of the social media platforms use it. They use it, they rinse it to the point where his creation ranked, went all the way to #1 on GitHub, right? No, it was that over his, I don't know if it was ITR or
yeah, no, but he literally
development
took his qualifications off his resume because he said he didn't need it.
Yeah, and put on the projects and the stuff that
all he has is his GitHub projects on his resume.
right?
Free
And
projects, by the way.
And yeah, it wasn't stuff that people paid him millions of dollars for, stuff that he did. And he said the proof of the pudding is in the eating, and showed them what he did. So that is the perspective that we're coming from. You're arming yourself with the information, but our reality is not our parents' reality. Our parents' reality was get educated,
Get a piece of paper.
and that's gonna separate you from the field. No, there is value in arming yourself. There is value in getting an education, and you're supposed to consider that, because no, you're empowering yourself and you actually can look at things in different ways, right? So that is there. But the truth is, guys, you see, when you're done, everyone on a look work. Everybody a look work. Right? And the competition and the competitiveness is savage and worse right
And it's
now.
a small market.
Right now with COVID. People getting redundant left, right, and center. It is not about hiring people. Right? And this is just the reality. It's not even me trying to scare you. You are aware of this. You understand this, right? So the question is, how do you, the world doesn't stop. You don't, your body don't shut down and say, okay, it's a pandemic, so
and
we
you
don't have to eat.
And you don't have the luxury of time either.
You don't have the luxury
of time. You're black. You're from the Caribbean, you're from Jamaica, you have no leeway or passes or luxury. You literally have to just get it on and get it going. And that's just the truth.
So it's a kind of reality check, but the truth is, just like Joel, like there are many tracks. So of course, the normal thing, you finish the degree and you apply for Sagicor and you go and build out their corporate infrastructure, or the Mona, I don't know, whatever, geoinformatics center or whatever. And those are great. And if that's your ambition or what you want to do or how you make an impact, that's great. But the truth is, you don't have to stop there, and the world doesn't have to stop there.
And nobody says you can't do multiple things one time. You can go work for more and make money by yourself, by your own, because God knows they ain't paying you enough. I can guarantee you that. You're not getting as paid as you're not getting as much pay as your foreign counterparts. You're just not. In fact, you're not getting as much pay if they had hired a foreign counterpart. Because one of the problems we're experiencing in the country and in the region is that we don't trust our own expertise. We don't trust the expertise that we have here. So we hire foreign people who have no experience of the culture or the people, and then we do these pilot projects that go nowhere, because who are you doing this for, Mr. White Man from Australia? No, thank you, ma'am. So it don't really go anywhere after government spent millions of dollars on this when the talent was right here all along. Because as Uziel says, them not right way. Them not right way at all. But what a part of the reason why that happens too, we have set a bad example for ourselves, and two, we're not showing up online. We're not talking about what we do online. So we get a request almost every day on the Digital Jamaica platform. Hey Kadia, hey Monique, do you guys know somebody who can do write code or make software or do this? I was like, yeah, a ton of people, and they're like, so which way you find them? Because I've been trying to find one. I'm in Upper China. We are not online putting ourselves out there. Remember earlier we were talking about positioning yourself to be found by the right people. It's not just by a company. It may just be by an individual who wants an app, or a business that wants an app, or somebody who wants to build out a platform, or somebody who needs somebody who is very good at writing, or somebody who needs online teachers to teach remotely. It may just be anybody who will find you and see the value that you have, the skill that you have, and want to hire you solely upon it. Talking about putting things out there for free, the Digital Jamaica platform is a free platform, and the amount of information I have given away in that platform. To one point, I had people in the digital marketing space telling me that I'm literally giving away trade secrets, and I'm like, yeah, because people need to know. Yeah, no, we have DDA and we have no ends of people coming to us for workshops. Why? Because we've built goodwill with the community, because they understand that we're willing to share openly and freely the information that we have. They know that we know what we're talking about, because we always come at them with good information. We're always we're so involved and integrated into the local digital and tech space. Name one area in digital or tech and I can give you at least 5 Jamaicans who are doing it. That's how integrated we are in the community. And we make it our business to know who is doing what and what they're good at. We have a database of people. So anytime somebody comes to us and say they're looking for Jamaicans, no problem, check Oziel. If no one do with that, you can't go wrong. We've helped the community make money just because of that, and this collaborative thing, because we are more of a collaborative platform than we don't really believe in the competition thing. Yes, consumers win, but how about consumers win, you win and me win, all of we can win. Yeah, that's how we approach everything, and because we approach it that way, we've been able to work with some seriously talented people. On the Digital Jamaica podcast, we've talked to a lot of Jamaicans in the tech and digital space, and the feedback we always get is, I never even know so this person exists. Like Javon Davis. Javon Davis literally went on WordPress and saw that there was something that he didn't like about WordPress. He created a code, that's what it is, some technical term. He created a code to fix it, and WordPress reached out to him and go, we've actually been trying to fix that for a long time. How did you do this? In fact, you know what? We're just gonna pay you to do this full time. Don't even, that's fine. And he started working with WordPress that way, and he was literally stolen from WordPress by Apple. Now Javon lives in Canada working as a senior software engineer for Apple. Like, yeah, Apple, Steve Jobs, Apple. So that is what we're talking about, guys. And the fact that these people, and Joel said it best. Joel said, while he was studying, he was putting himself out there, he was communicating what he was doing, and he was giving away his knowledge. And he was trying to convince his friends to do the same thing, and they did not see the value in it. Now, he drives a Jaguar. And he's making... Is a Jaguar or a Porsche?
It's a Porsche. I saw him again.
Okay,
it's one of the SUV types.
Yeah.
Because we saw the car key. We saw the car key, but the car key wasn't a car key. The car key was a model of the car in the color and the shape of the car.
Exciting.
With a horse on the front. So
and his anagram on it. That's literally that's how this guy is getting. That's the kind of money this guy is drawing down. And I'm not even kidding you. I encourage you guys to go and find that podcast and listen to some of the people that we've had on there. There's this one guy, Twain Richardson, who started out in university selling socks and credit. Socks and credit. And now Twain Richardson is the owner of, I keep forgetting the name of his company. It's the only post-production company in the Caribbean. So he's making bank as well. So guys, this is us sharing with you the people them that is in your backyard, in your face, who have the same experiences as you. They went to you. What?
Stop.
Guys?
Yes, Kris, if you're admin, can you just mute
just mute everybody?
Anybody? Yeah. Because I don't really want to hear about what people did last night.
Yeah. These are people that are in your space, share similar experiences with you, and who you can really learn from. So what we try to do too in any presentation we give, any workshop we do, is use real world local example, because a lot of people when they talk digital, they make it sound like it's this otherworldly thing. There's no separation between digital and real world these days, because the biggest content creators, influencers, digital personalities, have transcended the digital space into traditional media. They're now hosting their own shows on TV. They're now hosting their own programs. They're now authors within their own right. They're literally making real money. So there is no difference between digital and real world, because we're talking about hard currency now. As Monique said, we're not talking monopoly money.
Yeah.
And I want to go international now and give you another example for sure how now joke with life. The highest paid YouTuber right now is an 8-year-old named Ryan Kaji. His channel Ryan's World raked in 26 million United States of America dollars in 2019. And
Hello.
he's still the current reigning champion of YouTube.
Yeah.
8.
So when I
And literally all him do is go, ooh, a new toy, and him and him friends go play with it and them tell you whether they like it or they don't like it. Millions of dollars. Him now have him own bag, towel, shirt, shoes, pen, book. His parents have literally been able to parlay him playing with toys into a multi-million-dollar industry.
Yeah.
Who knows Marie Kondo? Tidying Up with Marie, very major on Netflix. See, Latoya says her 6-year-old cousin loves him. Yeah, man. Marie Kondo literally teach people how to fold clothes. Because I don't care what Marie say, she teaching you how to fold clothes. And how to put up your things after you play with him like he's a picnic. Yeah. And when you've done, lovingly
Let it
fold
go.
it and
Let it
lovingly
go.
put it away and keep it in your thoughts and materialize the thoughts into positive energy. Marie is a multi-millionaire.
If it doesn't bring you peace, get rid of it.
Yes, multi-millionaire. Because she says you need to stop being a hoarder, dash for some ish
Things.
and fold up your clothes.
Yeah.
We're not making this up. We're not making this up. Who know Marley Diaz? Marley Diaz has Jamaican parentage and she's very proud of our Jamaican ancestors. In fact, she's always in Jamaica. She is the, Michaela said, I love her. Yes, man. She is the child star behind one of the most popular hashtag campaigns that has ever happened. 1,000 Black Girls books. Mm-hmm. She's now the youngest member of the Forbes 30 under 30. Mm-hmm. And she is now chief resident something at Elle magazine, where she interview people like Ava DuVernay and Bare Excitement. Yeah, literally she went on social media and tell people that she's starting a book club, and this is what it has parlayed into. Look her up, marleydiaz.com, DIAS. Jackie Aina, every Black girl, every chocolate girl know Jackie Aina, because Jackie Aina to us is like the makeup guru, because you don't have a lot of chocolate girls out there doing makeup but actually don't look like you're dead. So Jackie Aina for us is the makeup guru. Jackie Aina is a former military veteran. She has no specific training. She dropped out of university and literally started working at Mac and realized that she had a talent, and she's literally parlayed this into $1 million career. Jessica in the Kitchen, let's take it back home. How many of you know Jessica in the Kitchen? Jessica in the Kitchen is a popular Jamaican blogger, vegan blogger. Jessica is actually an attorney. She's a trained attorney and realized that she couldn't afford the school fees and she did have to do something for pay her bills. And she literally created a one-page website where she started sell cake. And now she does this full-time, travels the world, full-time talking about vegan food. Yeah.
And I say that Jessica was invited by Pinterest. They chose 20 influencers around the world. She was the only non-North American that was selected.
Yes, Kathy, Jackie. Kathy knows what's up. Kathy knows what's going on. Love her, yes.
And Jessica was the only person who wasn't from America or Canada to be selected. And this is Pinterest money. We're not talking about no dibby nothing.
Yeah,
right?
I think them pair in a US currency.
Yeah. Right?
And she is one of the longest standing ambassadors for one of the biggest flower companies in the world called Red Barn or something like that. The longest standing ambassador for them, and that's some real coins. And she has a very, very robust affiliate marketing program because she uses so much kitchen tools. People always have said, take this, use it. Yeah, as in flour, yes, flour as in all-purpose flour. They make flour where you put in
Bob's Red Mill.
Bob's Red Mill.
Yeah, so it's not just flour, it's like all sorts of healthy stuff, the flaxseed, the chia seeds, all of those kind of stuff. She's them
ambassador for some special vegan flour thing where they make, and they're one of the biggest producers of flour in the world. So we're not she not a joke.
This is the kind of packet when you're going to a supermarket, it alone is
It's
$1,000. Yeah. One of them fancy.
And you have to go uptown
Sir,
supermarket.
you have to go, you can't go wholesale, go buy it.
You have to go John
supermarket. You have to go supermarket.
Or Lee's to get one. Yeah, that is what we're talking about. So don't think, what I don't want you guys to go away with is thinking, yeah, these are one-off, not one-off. What these people did, and
I just took
the
it seriously.
common thread is they started talking. I was a law student who couldn't afford my legal text. And after this, we're going to go into the hot seat. So I'm going to prepare for coming on the questions and on the suggestions so we can talk, yeah?
Yeah, more or less a lot of what we've had to talk about,
yeah.
we talk about it, and we're gonna leave a lot of the rest of the time in us having conversation. Yeah,
right.
so we know that the silence something, so nobody come with that.
Exactly.
All right.
So in 2013, I'm a late bloomer. I went to university late. After high school, I traveled and I got lost in Europe. Whole other story, never mind. So I started university late. I started university in 2013 and I realized that I could not afford any of these textbooks because one legal textbook cost me the down payment for my house, and yeah. So I was like, how am I going to finish this? Because I can barely afford the fees. I can't afford the fees and the book. True story, story time. And I was like, Google my darling. And I started Googling things. And this is how I know that my university lectures were cheats. Because a lot of the univirtual lectures, yes, were cheats. Because I was finding these handouts that they're giving me like they made it and them slap them name on it, and I'm going, no, this came off myteachers.net. Hello. But I was able to find the material. I was able to find whole chapters of books. Now, granted, wink, wink, it wasn't on the open market, wink, wink, but I was able to find it. And I was able to find other resources from non-Jamaican sources, because, you know, our laws are very similar to laws in Europe, in Hong Kong, in South Africa, and in Canada. We are all under what we call a common law system, and in some parts of the United States. So I was able to find resources from those other places that I could use, and I ended up, because I decided that if I go spend $2.5 million studying law, I don't just want a little piece of paper that say my pass. I want a piece of paper that say honors. Yeah? Because the amount of nervous breakdown I had, I must get something, I need a gold star. And that is how I was able to do it. So I don't even really credit my university lecturers. I credit the University of Google and YouTube for a lot of what I was able to learn. And that is what shifted, because literally in my second year in law school, I knew I wasn't going to study law when I was through. I knew I was going to go into the digital space. And the fact that I am here now talking to you is testimony to how powerful it is, to the power you can imbue on yourself by literally opening your mouth and talking about what you know. Yeah. I literally started a podcast out of nowhere in a region that is not very familiar with podcasts. A blog that is in a region that is not very big on blogs. And I literally started these two things just talking about what I was passionate about, because at the time I started, I knew nothing about these things except what anybody could learn on YouTube and on the blog. And a lot of it I realized was so irrelevant. They're not talking to me. They don't have my experiences. They don't know my market. So a lot of what they were telling me I couldn't even use. Why? Because our market is different. Jamaican people flex away, you know, man. You can't really go say some things to them online, you know. You have to be very careful, or you come at them online, they ain't playing, right? So a lot of these tactics, and so that I could borrow from some blogger, some white blogger in New York or whatever, couldn't use out here, come on, get nowhere. And I literally had to figure out, how do I translate this? How do I make this something that we can use and that can be beneficial to us? And I literally just started talking about that. Next thing I knew, I was being invited to talk by PSOJ, Broadcast Commission, Kingston Creative. I don't know who I haven't spoken for at this point. Sagicor. I don't know who I haven't spoken for at this point. I don't know who I haven't trained at this point. We're in the process of writing several books right now. all because I decided, why is it that I'm not seeing much digital and tech people being in the media, like being talked about? You know, like you always have people who come and Smile Jamaica or in the Flair magazine, and it's always some traditional professional people. I'm like, but we have a huge tech culture here, you know, and I want to show you. I was complaining that Jamaica is not very tech savvy and Jamaicans aren't very tech savvy until I was invited to a group called Caribbean Women in Tech. And I was invited to one of their general meetings and embarrassed myself when I went on a good 5-minute rant about how backward Jamaica is, and even with COVID we can't get people, companies to send on the people them so them can do remote work when so much free tools is there. And I went on a rant, and the girl from British Virgin Islands said, but not British Virgin Islands, St. Vincent and the Grenadines said, but we don't even have online banking, so what you're complaining about over there? They were the ones who told me that as far as the Caribbean is concerned, Jamaica is the tech mecca of the Caribbean. Believe it or not. Jamaica is where it's at with tech. Jamaica is where it's at with everything, to the point where several of them in that group who are not Jamaicans are working in Jamaica, recruited, 2 of them recruited by the Jamaican government in geoinformatics and in geospatial engineering. You see what I'm saying? Jamaica is the country where people in the Caribbean come to forget work. Work where uno should I get. Them a come from other countries forget work, because Jamaica is the Silicon Valley of the Caribbean with nothing going on. So you can just imagine how desperate it is in the other places. And you sit down by your skills and your talent with a whole Caribbean out there we need it
to serve.
And I tell you, Tom and on Twitter talk foolish, and on Instagram I post sexy picture before you start talk. But what you do? All right then, stay there. You do just that, and then complain so not now go on. Yeah, and you see, yes, Les Lakeisha, and they get very upset when Jamaicans hype, but we have reason for hype. You understand what I'm saying? And as much as them act like they don't hate we, believe me, we are role models for a lot of them, because ain't nothing happening. The catapult program that is launched recently, no, we are the Jamaican facilitators for certain programs in there. It was literally Jamaica, Trinidad, and one dege singular solo Bahamian. And she was like, so I just me alone. Yeah, you alone from the side of the world. Everybody else was Trinidadian and Jamaican. And it was mostly Jamaicans. Just to show you what has been happening here. Guys, we have when me say, all right, think of the biggest brand you know, Jamaica bigger than it. And I'm not even joking. Gucci, Fendi, Prada, all copy Jamaican culture and put it in them spring fashion line and said it is new age and it is cool, and slap on one stupid rasta wig for them stupid looking muggle them with the red and green and yellow color and walk down the runway and act like it is new. It is not them stealing our culture and selling it. And you know what that says to me? That Jamaican brand is even bigger than a Gucci. If them have to steal our culture to sell some clothes, our brand is bigger than a Gucci. You understand what I'm saying to you? When Kanye West come here and people was getting excited and act like a fool, and I was sitting there going, but Jamaica brand bigger than Kanye, and it's not even Kanye with him prime. This is Kanye when he taking medicine. Yeah? And what did Kanye come and do? Steal our emblem and put it on clothes and go sell it. Because we're fool or we act frightened. People need to frighten over we don't need to frighten over people after they're not better that way, literally speaking. When it's our culture they're stealing. So this is the thing. We have that if there's nothing else going for you, being Jamaican alone is enough. Believe me. Think of the videos that you've seen about Jamaican ingenuity and innovativeness. I look at and these are shared all over the internet. I saw a shop on the back of one truck. I saw the guy with him look straw in the bag and he use it to wash him and him draw the straw, water come and push it back, water stop. And I mean, these are viral videos on the internet about Jamaican people were hella funny. Literally, some people they also talk and people crack up laughing because of how they talk or what they say or how they look. We can dance, we can sing, we can act, were extremely creative.
All you need to do is go out on the roadside and see a man a sell peanuts.
I'm gonna talk to the peanut man.
Yeah, peanuts, and them can do a little
video the peanut man and put it online.
Or a man a sell some man a sell some strong back or some blend.
And make him explain to you the ingredients very nice. You laugh till you're not dead. Video it and put it on the internet.
One man a sell some jewelry, some beads, and some excitement. And so the truth is, who we are in and of itself. This is, so we told you at the beginning that you already have everything that you need to be successful in the online space. And it no mean burning down.
Whenever say popular, you know, we say successful, because these two things have nothing to do with each other. Because we know popular broke people on the internet. So let's just keep that clear. Whenever say popular, we say successful.
Right?
All right.
And it also may mean that it doesn't have to be what it is that you particularly studied. You have Kadia right here, so who studied law. But the truth is what she learned by doing that has prepared her and now provides another advantage with intersecting with this space. So you don't have to feel like you're stuck in a mold. I feel like our education system, how it's set up from day one, don't make any sense. And it tries to keep you trapped in a box. The world don't operate in boxes or even lines anymore. You can create your own anything. And so this is
Monique, tell them no, there's nothing you can't sell online.
No,
you can even sell
sex.
The oldest profession in the world. OnlyFans is a huge platform now. Pornhub is the #1 platform on the internet.
Yeah, and we all know why. Saying? Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Lakeisha is exactly right, Monique. Lakeisha say maybe show them how everybody else see us and value us. Listen, them been know how people see us and value us. Who can forget Bob Marley? Bob Marley blew up in UK in Europe before he blew up in Jamaica. Same thing with Buju Banton, right? Yeah. They see us as unique and top tier. Yeah, which is why they like to steal our culture. Think about what Jamaican culture is and how Jamaican culture has been represented, especially in music. If somebody wants to create Jamaican style, what them do? A mesh marina, a roll up foot pants, and a Clarks. That's dancehall fashion, you know. And it just now Clarks realize so Jamaica exists, and they're just now doing campaigns with Jamaicans to sell Clark shoes. So now them have a special limited edition Jamaican Clark
1962.
With embossed 1962 in it, and inside of the shoes it says "Out of many one people," and it's a collaboration with Raheem Sterling, who is a Jamaican export to the UK and a popular footballer for Manchester United. They've now partnered with Chronix. They have now partnered with Stylogy, who them claim says British Jamaican. Apparently that Stylogy never knows them British Jamaican either. They've partnered with the popular. I'm sorry. Well, that's what them say. And Stylogy apparently never knows them was British Jamaican neither. They've partnered with popular Jamaican influencers right here in Jamaica. Yeah,
Christian.
Because I know. No, the verbiage is giving back to a country that has given us so much. Oh, no,
now you know.
Because Clarks have been a part of Jamaican culture since forever. Yeah. It started out as a utility, meaning them Clark shoes is indestructible. Believe me. So you used to get your ugly shoes, then we used to have to wear go to school. From way back when, to know it became a fashion thing with the advent of dancehall. So Clarks has been a part of the Jamaican culture for forever, and we've been making Clarks money. Clarks we prefer. Clarks for the fur. Listen to me. First of all, a Vybz Kartel should have get the contract, but we're not gonna talk too loud about it. Yeah? But that song that Vybz Kartel did created a whole new wave of Clarks lovers in Jamaica. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So I want brands to know, Yes, it's sold out within hours of it being released. You cannot get it now, and they're not making anymore. So I want brands to realize how much they've profited off our culture. I came across something on YouTube that they talk about the genesis of hip hop, and it's an hour and 30 minutes documentary, and they spent damn near 45 minutes talking about the Jamaican influence on hip hop, because it was a Jamaican who started hip hop.
Yeah, it was three guys. It was
Jamaican boombox, the Jamaican DJ Herc. Thank you, Latoya.
Yeah.
DJ Herc and the boombox system, you know, the big string up sound box. We transported that to the States. I know anytime anybody think original hip hop, they think reggae, they think Jamaica, they think boombox.
And all of this started
hip hop is one of the most popular music forms in the world, and every element of it has Jamaica written all over it.
So
from the
even
beats, everything.
So even when we're talking about hip hop, right, and the style of talking, which is why somebody like Busta Rhymes just flows and it's just amazing. Like thinking about him giving me goosebumps,
and somebody
right?
like Drake gonna pretend like we're not gonna get into that, because money can tell you how me feel about Drake.
Right? But literally the concept of rapping came out of spitting in dancehall. So when you really go back to original dancehall culture, where the arena that a Beanie Man grew up in, that's a Ninja Man grew up in, that all of these guys are a Yellow Man, all of them they grow up in. Somebody you got a mic and you had to spit on a beat, and we call it spitting.
The clash, the sound
right?
clash.
And you do a sound clash, and you against somebody else, and you're busting your lyrical gun, right? It's literally that's just
rap.
an accent. That's rap.
Yeah, that's rap music. That's literally throwing and diss tracks. I want to think diss tracks come from. Diss tracks came from Jamaica when one DJ give me a popular sound system.
A local one?
Yeah, man, a popular big sound system. It's slipping me right now. And they would then do Stone Love. They would have a Stone Love dub, and one person have a Stone Love dub, and one person have a Kilimanjaro dub, and them just goes dub for dub, dub for dub. One thing that one thing hip hop rap and diss tracks come from. That's where it come from. But
why do you think that Versus came to Jamaica? Why didn't they go to South Africa? Why didn't they go to Trinidad? Why didn't they go to Canada?
And if there's any Trinidadian in the room, sorry, not sorry.
But actually, so in terms of influence or whatever, they could have a soca or whatever. But in terms of the influence,
nobody would show up. I'm sorry.
Leave the people there.
You cannot listen to soca for so long.
Right? So in terms of waving the flag and really blazing the trail, and they did a poll and they asked which one has been your favorite versus so far, and when I say by far, I mean donkey lengths, I mean 80 odd percent, and everybody else is at 2%, 3%, 4%, whatever.
The only other versus that is comparative now, since it has happened, is the Patti LaBelle and versus that happened recently, and Jamaica is still the most popular one even after that. So guys, the 4 biggest advantages of doing digital, Monique, what are they?
Okay.
Of going digital.
All right. So number 1 is that it provides you with cheap and in many cases free marketing opportunities. You can use these various platforms, many of them for free. So your social media, all of those stuff, you can touch base, you can do those now without forking out any money. Number 2 is that you can get access to a much larger reach. You're no longer talking to the people who are currently in your network or your circle, or in Kingston or St. Andrew. You literally can reach people around the world. There are low barriers to entry. Literally, what you need is what's in your pocket.
Any business you want to start, you can start it. There's no barriers to entry.
And the last one is that there are audiences for everything. There are audiences for ASMR. People
huge
touching on microphone.
Literally, I can set up a nice video, and the video can be a tacky, terrible looking video, and all I'm doing is this. And I'm doing it close to the mic, and that's ASMR, and people spend hours watching it and pay me a ton of money on my Patreon account to make more ASMR videos. People are weird. There's a Harry Potter fan club. There's a Harry Potter podcast that is one of the most popular podcasts on the planet. Harry Potter, and these are adults, grown people. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't matter what your interest is or your hobby, believe me, there's already audience out there who is interested and they just want you to come be their leader. Think of Game of Thrones and the different groups that has spawned. Think of the Avatar, the cartoon series. I'm a member of the Avatar community on YouTube because I'm an anime fan. Just an aside, I'm a nerd. But cool, right? Cool. So I'm saying any interest you have, you can find it. And I don't know why you can't sell online. And I don't know why you can't learn how to sell online, because there's the University of YouTube and it is free. And believe me, I have found 3-hour lectures from Harvard on equity when I was in law school that helped me pass an exam. 3 hours.
When I was studying as well, this is before we had like any local podcast. I was using, in fact, it was high school. Oh God, I feel old. So I was using econ lectures from Harvard, from these huge institutions overseas, on economic theory, on micro and macroeconomics, and a bag of stuff. So you can get access. But Kadia,
all right, so Monique, what do you need to get started?
Okay, so first and foremost, everything starts out with an idea or a concept,
a good
something
one,
something that you're passionate about, something that you're interested in, something that you really want to do, that
be passionate
really have an
and
interest in.
Be passionate about something that makes sense, please. Thanks. Yes.
Right. So that's how it starts.
Yes.
Number one. Number two is having some sort of strategy or a plan. Obviously, where you start is not where you're gonna end. However,
you need a roadmap.
Yeah. And knowing where it is that you want to go, because listen, if you don't have an idea of where you want to go, any road going to carry you there. So actually plotting out or visualizing something where you want, what you want to do, having that vision is very, very, very important.
Before you go on, let's give another example of that. There's this gentleman who is the owner of Jamaican Care Packages. Hands up in the chat. Yes, in the chat. If you know Jamaican Care Packages, it literally started out with a conversation he had with a friend of his who is in the States who wanted mostly some bun, Jamaican bun. And he's like, hey, make us send you a bun.
Yeah.
And that turned into a thriving business where he's now shipping care packages, which is boxes of Jamaican goodies. So bun and cheese, tigers, banana chips, any Jamaican snack you want, him can ship it once it's packaged and can be cheesies, you name it, in package it and sell it and send it go give people overseas. And him not have and as since him start do it, more people now start doing it because the market open up. So, but you see, because he was the first to market, he's still the biggest out there doing it.
Kadia?
That's a plan. He had a plan, and that's the idea. The idea came to him like, I'm always getting people saying to me, I wish me could have me that eat a bun and cheese right now. No problem. Within 2 weeks, you can have your bun and cheese. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I mean by sensible idea.
And I was jumping in on that because me and my friends literally sent a Jamaica care package to one of my friends in Canada. Her birthday is next week. And we put together and we sent it to her.
Lasco oats, Lasco strawberry, which I don't know why you guys like it so gross. Never mind. Tin mackerel, bully beef, yeah man.
Tasty cheese.
Tasty's cheese, Tasty's patty. Yeah man, then ship anything. You can go over for it if you want it and it's from Jamaica. Busy, tea bag, all sorts. Sentimentality, guys. Sell. If you don't hear nothing else what we say, remember that nostalgia and sentimentality sells. And the Jamaican diaspora is over 8 million people who have money or well foreign currency and then willing to spend it. Just to get back that feeling of home. Yeah, me make you feel home, all right, if you pay me. People been doing it, all right? All right, Monique, two more things.
A plan, and the next thing is content.
Good content.
You need content, right? And this varies. So content can take multiple forms. You'd have heard us talk about podcasts. You'd have heard us talk about videos, photos. If you're a designer, so your illustrations or your animations.
Content can be your quotes.
Your words and what you say. So if you're a perennial tweeter or if you turn them into quotes or whatever shape or form that is. And one of the points I really want to drive home is your content don't have to look like Becky from Canada. Your content can be like Leslie, where it in at the deepest heights of bush. And bushes all around, and is a board house, and is a tin roof and coal stove. That's fine too. In fact, that's even better, right?
Who know Rooster's World? Monique, tell them about Rooster's World.
So Rooster's World, what's his official title? He's a
terrestrial biologist. Yes,
all right. Right?
Terrestrial biologist.
And this
scientist, in other words.
Yeah, he is a super scientist. And basically what terrestrial biologist is, he's not a marine biologist that going into the sea.
He stays on land.
So that's all it means. A biologist will stay on land. And so he researches, he investigates, he assists with both plants and animals on land. And he's literally used the digital space from Twitter. He's now using YouTube as well. Instagram to share and to showcase and to educate Jamaicans and people around the world about some of our unique, some of his
flora and fauna.
The flora and fauna that is here, the animals that are here, things that are endemic to Jamaica.
And it is also helping with the conservation efforts, because what he has successfully been able to do is get Jamaicans interested and invested in preserving or forestry spaces or animal sanctuaries or natural animal sanctuaries. And what he has been able to do is actually get Jamaicans to help him find new and endemic species that nobody knew that we had. So his team has been able to find several new species of plants and insects, rodents, animals that nobody knew existed in Jamaica. Because when I say him got the deepest, darkest corner of the Jamaica cave under a rock, him got it. And what he has done, he's recorded it, he's filmed it. Now you have Jamaicans on Twitter loving gallywasps. I'm still not there. And instead of chopping up a Jamaican snake, they will call him or call NEPA, and they come get the snake. So in that way, we're actually conserving. And this is who doesn't like Nat Geo? Everybody know Nat Geo, National Geographic.
And used to watch it.
Everybody know Animal Planet. Yeah. Everybody know Animal Planet and Discovery Channel. why these channels are successful, why zoos are successful, is because they've been able to get everyday people invested in preserving a species of plant or animal. And this one guy with him look a video camera on him phone and him Twitter account is almost single-handedly doing that. Now him a do it for lizard, and that is his problem. Choose the wrong species. But people are now responding to the part where he was on our show. Guys, you really need to tune into the Digital Jamaica Live show every Thursday at 8 o'clock tonight. We're going to have a really special episode, shameless plug. So he was on our show a couple weeks ago, and he was telling us that no, people recognize him on the road, and people get into trouble because no, the husband don't want to kill the lizard, the wife want to kill the lizard, the husband go, no, don't kill the lizard because Rooster's World say that the one with the spot on the back is special, so him don't want to kill it. Right? So now people are literally starting to see things different, and it's now shifting our perspective on what is unique, what is cultural, and what is special about Jamaica. Is not just we the people, but our environment. You know what I mean? And it is really aiding his conservation efforts. So if you're interested in conserving something, you're interested in some kind of historical monument that you're trying to save because they're gonna dig it up to build a new road, social media. And the last thing that you need, Monique, is what? And this is going to be an interesting one.
Yes, it's very, very interesting. So the last thing that you guys, each and every one of you guys need to have is a LinkedIn. So, and not just opening an account and probably having a photo there, but actually filling out and updating your LinkedIn account periodically, sharing information, because let me tell you something, you see a lot of the exercises and a lot of the stuff that you guys do as your coursework and your material inside school, you can share or you can showcase your case study that you did, an investigation of blank, insert whatever it is here, and share it. It's not just meant to be schoolwork for schoolwork's sake. You've now done an investigative study on something that's real and that happens in Jamaica.
And all you had to do was call it an investigative study and get a science sounding name, and boops, you're an expert. That's how the online space works.
DUN done. For the Karamak people, you wrote a press release on something that's actually happened or something that's happening. Share your press release. Share the samples of your work. Because I can tell you, as somebody on the other side now, I want to see and I want to know beyond your piece of paper. I want to know that you can do whatever it is that you're coming to me to say, hey, give me a job for this or give me a job for that. Fine, there are hundreds of people with your degree, but why am I choosing you? You're literally showing me.
Exactly. So, and with a LinkedIn platform too, you have access to high net worth individuals. So that's one of the main things. And
around
LinkedIn is
the world.
Right. Industry insiders and professionals who are probably looking for you. And the other thing too is that LinkedIn is very good for SEO ratings, which means that if somebody types in, say for instance, going back to being a terrestrial biologist, if somebody type in terrestrial biologist Jamaica, if Damien, who is the guy we're talking about, Rooster's World, has a LinkedIn page, you're going to find him, and he does, and you do find him when you type that in, because LinkedIn has a very high SEO value. So we encourage everybody, I don't care what you're doing, build out complete, and it's free, you can build a free profile. I have over 2,000 odd people on my free profile. Build out a free profile, put your experiences, put your qualifications, and start networking. Please don't go jumping people and go, hi, I want a job, or hi, I want to sell you something. You have to learn how to, because the number one thing that you need to do, and this should be a part of your strategy and plan, is to learn how to communicate and build relationships with people online. Even though you're not face-to-face, digital does not mean you're removing the human element of it. So, and people don't want to be bombarded They want to feel like you're not only using them for the network or for them contacts or for them expertise, but you're genuinely interested in what they're doing and so on and so forth. So you have to build real, genuine relationships with people. But I would say if you're going to start on any social media channel, always start with LinkedIn. If you don't optimize any other channels, make sure say
Optimize
LinkedIn
your
up to
LinkedIn.
date, and make sure say you're regularly on LinkedIn and you're looking at the people who are connecting with you, and you're looking for people to connect with that you share similar interests with, and just people in certain spaces generally. And you'd be surprised to see how some opportunities open themselves up, because it's not just about, it's not just about you being able to take advantage of opportunities, it's about creating your own opportunities online. That's what I had to do. That's what Monique had to do. We had to literally go online, start talking, and create the opportunities. And here we are. So now it's your turn. Now it's time for the hot seat.
So guys, so we're turning over to you guys. We're here. We deliberately did this so that we would leave some time for us to have some conversations. We talk a lot and we gave you a lot of information. Now we want to hear from you. What questions
Uziel,
you guys have?
how do you pronounce it? Is that Uziel or Uziel? Uziel says that may have issue with yes, no, I run up in a people box. You don't have to run up in the box. This is what I do when I make a connection and somebody accept my connection. Hi, thank you so much for connecting with me. Looking forward to having more conversations with you. I really admire what you do. And then I always try to know some kind of interesting fact or some kind of interesting thing about the person, what the person has done. And I pick that because people like when you gush over them and hype them up, who don't like getting hype up. And I said, oh, by the way, that article that you did for Elle magazine, brilliant. I love the part when you said X, Y, and Z, because I really connected with that. No, literally, I only read that part of it. What is my name for that? So I put that, and that started a conversation. Conversation, and that has led to opportunities for me, because I was genuinely interested in that person, and I don't reach out to persons that I'm either not interested in. And so many people I reach out to are people that I don't know, but once I realize that they're out there, I was like, oh, I never hear about this person, I'm gonna go look, I research, because I always try to come at them from a different angle, because them are gonna expect people to jump in at them, but better them not gonna expect people to come and say, oh my God, absolutely love that podcast interview that you did with so and so. When you guys started talking about so and so, that part really connected to me. They probably never even know, so people listen to that episode of the podcast. So try and find out about these people before you jump in them DM. But certainly when them connect, thank them for connecting and telling that you're looking forward to having conversations with them. Simple, leave it at that.
And especially
no
when
pressure
it is
for them.
Especially when it is that you don't have any work experience, your LinkedIn is literally blank. When you're sending the connection request, it'd be great to drop a line. Use that time to send the message or to make that kind of connection
and get to know
why
them.
You're connecting. Because sometimes like connections come to me, I don't know the people, and literally you have nothing on your profile, and I'm just like, okay, so okay.
I don't accept connections if you don't have a profile picture. I'm dead serious, because that to me means you're not taking the platform seriously. Or if you have a random profile picture or something, and when I go on your platform doesn't say nothing really. It says the #1 stunner.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So please take some time and fill out your profile. Do it properly. Remember, this is a professional space. Don't use slang. Unless it has something to do with your talent or skill or something, like you're a linguist or something like that. You can get away with it there. But if you're just trying to be cute, nobody cares about you trying to be cute. I'm sorry. Just capitalize the first letter in your name. You'll be surprised how often we have to tell people to do that on LinkedIn. Put your university education there, even if you haven't finished. You can always say 2018
22
present.
You
can still pull that. any little experience. I was watching a comedy sketch one time, and this comedian was talking to a bunch of prostitutes, and they were trying to turn their life around, and she was trying to get them jobs. And she was saying, okay, tell me some of the things you're good at. And this lady said that she can must tip on her toe, and so on. The lady go, oh, so you're flexible. All right then, write that down on your resume. Literally, any little thing that you know that you have at least 30 to 40% competency in that can actually give you a little edge, write it down. No, don't go to a line now and then the people them invite you for the things they sit down there and go, don't do that.
No.
Actual things. So you want to look at award, because believe me, when media win the prize for come first in a family line, that the part of my resume to know. Special recognition for my outstanding performance in law. Me not even put the year, because I don't know if you know that. I have to prove it. Yeah. Any little thing you just successfully completed year one. Where you learn in year one? You learn this, that. Okay, skills. This, that. That's what we're talking about.
All right, guys. I need somebody to raise.
Okay, Monique, we're
gonna
stop that now.
Yeah, I need somebody to raise their hand, and you can
for the
share.
Next 20 minutes, it's y'all.
Yeah. So, Uziel,
how do you do what, Uziel?
Unmute your microphone. Unmute your microphone.
Hello.
Hey.
I want to see your face.
How you
Wow,
doing?
that's a stretch there.
All right, Uziel, how you do what? Raise your hand.
Yeah.
Oh, if you look at the is it in the chat? There's a function in your bar, your settings bar.
Yeah.
So if you click reactions, you will see it.
I only see thumbs up.
Not in your reactions. It's in my reactions.
So if you click participants, there's something that comes up on the right hand side. The bottom right button is raise hand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
all right, you see where it says participants, Uziel?
Yeah.
If you go to participants, you're gonna see in the bottom of the bar it says invite, mute me, and you see 3 dots. If you click the 3 dots, you're gonna see raise hand or merge to meeting window. You see that?
Okay. And now you mute yourself, Uziel.
So click where it says participants. Just click on where it says participants with the number.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to do it.
You see the box, you see invite, you see mute me. There's 3 little dots on here.
Reason.
There you go.
Okay, all right, great. All right, so have we been pronouncing your name properly?
Yeah, Uziel.
All right.
Okay.
So Uziel, what is it that you want to ask us now?
I think you answered it when I said you don't run up in people's inbox and get.
All right. Other than that, what else you want to ask us?
Don't be afraid to run up in people's inbox. Believe me, don't be afraid to run up in people's inbox. Sometimes they're looking for you and they don't even know that they're looking for you until them go, where's it? You know, may I look for somebody? That has happened. But it's how you approach them. Don't be bullish about it. Don't run in upon them. Literally, step back. Start liking their posts, start commenting on their posts, start sharing their posts, only tag them in posts that are useful. Like for instance, if you see something and you go, Janu, say at Monique McIntosh said something very similar in her presentation with blah, blah, blah. Tag them in things like that. Don't just randomly tag people. Over time, you start understanding what we call social media etiquette. You start understanding what these things are. So it's not running into them. And even if they don't answer, fine. Believe me, they've read it. And that's fine. They will eventually answer. And even if they don't, you can start engaging them outside of the DMs. So, because once you send that initial thank you for connecting, don't try to rush the inbox again. Literally start engaging with their pages. Start engaging with them on their pages, in their comment section. Start sharing their stuff. Start adding them in things that are relevant and useful.
That makes sense. And
believe me, you'll probably get them reaching out to you in your DMs. So it's all about building a relationship with people. Don't just bum rush them
Nobody likes a spammer.
Yeah.
If you know email spam and people, nobody likes that. That's annoying. Nobody likes the people them who in the DMs and DM this company because they want to work with you. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Nobody likes that. So don't be that guy.
We have 2 questions, Monique.
Okay.
Jamila, my butcher people name. I'm so sorry. Jamila Roberts, could you talk about non-traditional payment methods when you don't have PayPal, Payoneer, MasterCard, or Visa
debit?
You have online bank transfer?
Yeah, somebody can transfer money to you.
Literally can transfer money to you.
And Kadia.
But Payoneer is free. And your Payoneer connects to your local account, and well, PayPal thief, it's not free. The PayPal has the highest payment processing fees, but Payoneer is free.
They take it out after you've done the transaction, so it still facilitates you getting the money.
Right, but outside of that, people are very comfortable with doing.
Payoneer really free. Payoneer, you pay an annual fee.
No, you don't pay an annual fee with Payoneer. With Payoneer, you only pay a fee if you're transferring the money from the currency that is into another currency. Stripe, you pay an annual fee. But Jamila, people are very comfortable with doing online bank transfers. So if you can set up a system like that, or you can go to Spur Open. Spur Open facilitates payment processing online, and if you go to Jamaican company, Get Mobile Edge is another Jamaican company that facilitates online e-commerce payment. So there are things that you can do, but the good old bank transfer works for us.
Yeah,
me like the money now. Bank transfer. Me will meet somewhere. SPURR Open. Me will meet you downtown at the clock.
I'm not meeting anybody.
And collect your money. I'll do it. I'm good with that. So I'm not going by myself.
And they will pay you and have somebody write up on you and thief it. Bank.
Well, that has never been my experience, and I've collected monies from persons in person. I usually send my dad go collect it. But if you are like Monique and you have safety concerns, which is legitimate, just make them do a bank transfer. Make them do a bank transfer, and what they can do is literally take them phone, take a picture of the receipt, and send the receipt come here, and you do what you need to do.
Do you ever fear identity theft?
Why?
When you
if they
post
try
your
to
videos and talk about yourself, them
I
good.
made the wrong personal identity for them thief. No, I don't. Because a part of what we do in our workshops, all of our workshops, we talk about cybersecurity. So we teach people how to stay as safe as possible online. But believe me, Jody, neither me, you, or Monique that important when nobody got thief. I can tell you that much.
We have a raised hand, Ashley. You can unmute your mic.
Before we go, Ashley, Jamila asking a follow-up question. So use your regular account until you can upgrade. Yes, Ashley, but don't just give out your account information to anybody. Make sure that this person is serious about whatever it is that they're paying you for, and just make them take a picture of the receipt. And
I have a suggestion. Okay. So if you have a bank account, you can actually open a separate bank account. I would actually recommend if it's that you have a transactional account and you have one that's attached to your debit card, you keep that separate and you use that
for personal.
Well,
because Monique is a former banker, so I have to listen to what she says.
I would actually recommend whatever you're giving out into the public space, you keep that as a separate account number. You don't even have to all the money in there. Don't keep no balance in it.
So as soon as they get the money,
you transfer it out.
Yeah,
you transfer it out, because the thing is, listen, we operate in Jamaica. We operate in a global landscape. People scam, people thief, people want your name and your account number and certain information to access your account, right? So we know this is facts.
Yeah.
Nothing you can really do about it. So the truth is, whatever it is that you are sharing and broadcasting all around the world, you don't want your $100,000 to be in there and then it's not in there one day, right? So just open up a second account. You've gotten one, and nothing to open a second one, and you just Transfer the money. It don't cost you nothing.
And
Within
Uziel says, I'm aware about the shipping to overseas. Well, you alone, because Barrington McIntosh uses the Jamaica Postal Service to ship all his products overseas, and he has never had not one mishap or lost package or damaged item with them. And as I said, he's making bank. The Jamaica Postal Service, we're sleeping on the Jamaica Postal Service. But I want to tell you that the Jamaica Postal Service is one of the best postal service in the world. Believe that. Okay. So Jamila says, okay, thank you. Oh, nice. Thank you. You're welcome. Who had their hands up, Monique? That should be coming on?
Ashley, you can
Ashley, where are
yourself.
you?
More see
Hi.
Ashley, what?
Oh my gosh.
No, sir. If me can come on and have no makeup and nothing, we can see your face. Hi. And you're cute
Hi,
too.
girl.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, Ashley. How you doing?
Better know what's up.
All right. So I was saying to myself, no, more than ever, we find a lot of people moving away from the traditional job aspirations. It's no longer, I want to be a doctor, lawyer. It's now, mommy, I want to be a YouTuber and influencer. And while I am happy that these options are now being embraced and welcomed, I think my question to you is like, how valuable is a degree in this time?
That actually is a conversation that has been raging in the digital space for some years now, where people are going, why do we even need degrees? You have Skillshare. How many of you know Skillshare? You have Udemy. You never heard of Skillshare? Skillshare is one of the largest community of creatives online, literally sharing their skills in each other. So they do a lot of courses and training, and so see people in the chat say, yeah, there's skeptics to sign up and get too much free. That is all like a YouTuber already. Right? So there's Skillshare, there's Udemy, there is Domestika,
and there's the digital disruption agency.
And now there's a digital disruptive agency. There's a ton of what we call open source information platforms. And what they do is they yes, somebody says masterclass and Coursera. Look at this. Yes, right? Oh no. Right. So you have all these platforms out there, Ashley, where you can literally go and upskill yourself in. You have EDX, you have what we call MOOCs, which are open universities where they offer open courses. Yes, Khan Academy. Who don't know Khan Academy? Now we have EduFocal doing the same thing starting in September. So there's all these open platforms where people can either learn for free, Google University, HubSpot. I mean, the list goes on.
Market too. Okay.
Where you can learn a lot of things for free. So the conversation is, universities are struggling globally. Actually, they're struggling to get people through the doors. One, because a lot of universities, even though they're pivoting now, universities are doing a hard right turn to the digital space because they're realizing that to get people to come to school is not no bueno. Because my work, me do this, me do that. So when you hear universities, you've been hearing universities offering remote courses or online courses or online certification. That's them pivoting, because when me tell you, they have serious competition. They have serious competition, but you will never, at least not for now anyway, get away from, especially if you come from certain cultures like Caribbean culture, get away from having a piece of paper that says you are qualified to do this from an established university. Because even these online training facilities always partner with some university for offer certification, because they are not certified entities. You cannot get certification if you're not partnering with a certified institution.
With an accredited institution.
So even Skillshare and a lot of these institutions, they have partnered with universities, Harvard and other universities, MIT, to offer the accreditation aspect of it. So that's one way that universities are staying relevant. Until we shift how we credit our accreditation processes, universities will always be a thing. If you're in university, just one last point, Monique. If you're in university, make the most of it, get as much as you can out of it, because university is not just about getting a piece of paper, it's also the experiences that you would have had, the cultural, the mindset shifts, the cultural impact, all of that is the university experience. And believe it or not, that is what I found most valuable. And when I say that I don't regret having done that, it's because I practice training in university, because I would find a platform, I would learn something, and then we had a group of us that came together as a study group, and I would be teaching the group what I learned from the online platforms. And that's kind of how I got my practice training. So there's so much other things that you can learn from it, but whether university is going to still be a thing later on down the road, they're dying a slow death, but they're fighting same way.
So what I will add to the conversation, I totally agree with Kadia, that these spaces offer different things. There are professions particularly. Let's just be clear. You wouldn't want your doctor to have learned from YouTube. All right? Right? And that's just the truth, right?
That's
and there's
the gospel truth.
There are some professions that you just can't go around it. That's number one, right?
Law is the same thing, because of the process.
Law is the same thing, right? No, that's just straight facts. Number two is my Monique Jody K. McIntosh. My view is, and everybody make for university, and everybody make for a certain mode of learning, whether it's online or otherwise. Some people need the
physicality,
learning style for them to be committed to doing something, having a set start date and a set end date. Some people want a particular structure. Some people want to see the physical people and looking at your face and be able to cuss you when you don't complete this or do that, right? Some people crave that kind of structure, and some people just want to get
in their own time when they're ready.
And when they're ready, we'll give a clear example. You just have a baby, and you don't want to get behind in terms of work. So at 2 o'clock in the morning, in between pumping breasts, that's when you can read 2 lines or something. It's not gonna work for you at 5 o'clock in the afternoon or at whatever, but at 2 a.m. you can do that reading and you're not left behind. So that's just a very quick, off of the top of my head, totally random example.
That's actually a very good point, Monique.
Right?
Yeah.
And people who have to work, you can't afford to go to university unless you work, and so your schedule when you can do the reading is 10:30 p.m. but school locked them time there, right? So
the beauty about the online space is that it gives us options. It puts it puts the decision-making power squarely back into the consumer's hands. And now we get to decide how we structure our lives, we get to decide how we learn, and we get to decide how we earn. And that's the beauty about it.
I'll also circle back to it can, or another consideration maybe what it is that you want to learn or that you want to explore, because I will be the first person to say that within certain fields, within certain industries, if your ambition is to do X, come in and name nothing, if your ambition is to do this, you may be well served in spending some of that money in actually doing X.
What do you mean?
Okay, all right. So me trying to not spell. So let's rewind, right? So if it is that you want to enter into certain professions or do certain fields, it may serve you well to actually be taking the time, doing the practice, actually getting the practical, getting your feet wet within the field, and actually just doing it, starting, making mistakes, learning, going again, calling people, getting connections, and using your 3 years, your university, in investing in yourself and in doing it.
All right, so Jamila Robert says, what's your advice when you don't have the upfront money to learn? YouTube.
What's the upfront money?
YouTube, Google.
Yeah, we just listed off. We just listed off a bunch of them that offer
the
some
alternative.
free
But you need to
resources.
decide how much of your growth you are willing to invest in, and where you're going to invest that money in. But even with these alternatives, they come at a cost, because you have to think about the people who are behind the scenes. And I can tell you, as somebody who writes courses, puts courses together, put the slides together, get the information, deliver these courses, it's a ton of work. Because you're not just talking, you're now creating content. And you have to be making sure that the content is relevant, and then you don't want to bore people to death with a PowerPoint presentation, so you have to make sure your PowerPoint's snazzy. Ask Monique how much hours
we spend hours
creating a PowerPoint, right? So it really depends on how much investment you're putting into yourself. But if you can't afford it right now, listen, you
also have to know too what it is that you want out of it, because you can have, we are having this conversation here, we're having a free conversation, right? And you guys are getting
really, Kris, that is interesting. I didn't know that. Monique, you know that you were partnered with Coursera? You didn't know that? I wasn't aware.
It was I think when like COVID just started.
Just happened. Never know that. That's
something that we're going to check out.
Definitely.
Right. So but if you pay me and if you come to a paid course, you're getting resources, you're getting other things that you can use now that's actionable, that you can kind of move on, and you can say,
you're getting access to me
in with this, and you're getting further access to me to consult or to have conversations or whatever. So start out with what you can for free. Another thing is the opportunity cost of free is you have to do a lot more digging. Yeah, man. You have to do a lot more digging. You have to find one piece over here, so you have to find the other piece over here. So sometimes you actually pay more, as in spend more your time, whatever, in trying to pull all of these various elements, because you took 2 months to find something that you could have paid somebody $20 or $50 for, that would have gotten you started 2 months ago. Right? And also a lot of times you are gonna make sure say your university knowledge and experience don't go to waste. Tap in the mic, tap. You are gonna make sure, because you spend your dirty money and pay, and you sacrifice, and you didn't have to take the bus to go school, and you have to deal with UWI and them fool sass, and you didn't have to go deal with the office and the fool people that in there who don't understand one thing, and you didn't have to bleach and all of them something there just to make sure say you pass your exam. You now make that waste. So that's the other part of it. You see, when you pay for something, is a different amount of respect you give it, and there's a different amount of dedication when you know say you can't fail, because you can't repeat. You can't, if you ever fail a course, you can't come back.
Afford to repeat it.
No. Right?
That's an excellent point, for real.
So levels to this thing.
Any other questions, guys? Who was saying time? Time up, Kris?
Well,
party done.
Time is up, but I was saying that time is a resource that we have, that we should use it like how we use money, or we should think about it like how we use money.
More than how we use money, because you can't make back money. You can't make that time.
Yeah.
Somebody roasting breadfruit downstairs, I'm dead.
Any other question, guys? Uziel, Kadia, Monique, when I read MVP. No, actually, you guys are the real MVP, because 30 out of you sat down here on a Thursday evening when we could have been doing other things, listen to the talk, we talk off of face, and stayed transfixed for the whole time. So big up for yourself, for real. idea flow, and that's what we always try to do. We don't come and talk at you guys and tell you the foolishness and tell you the things when you can go read from our blog. We literally know what we're talking about because we're in this space, and every single thing that we've told you about is things that we have done or are doing. So we're not even trying to tell you about things when are really possible or so you know what I mean? Any other questions, guys? We're gonna give you guys 15 minutes more and then we got to go before money dead over there from breadfruit smoke inhalation.
Me say. We
have a special live coming up. So if any of you guys are already online and maybe in the selling anything online or selling in general, and you want to know how you can use the online space to boost the Christmas sales, because fourth quarter sales are usually the highest sales, except
across retail.
You're at Amazon, them been a make fourth quarter sales since COVID. So a lot of people are nervous about how are they going to actually sell during the Christmas with COVID.
No, I don't have any worries because
in a depressed state. But that is what we're going to be talking about tonight on the show. Monique, you sure you're okay?
I will be. But I don't have any worries or concerns though, because I mean, of course, in terms of the long term, because people have been out of work and all of those stuff. But if it's any time that you're going to buy your child a toy, especially in a depressed situation, you're going to do it for Christmas. You're going to get that one toy. It may not be the 3 and 4 that you usually do. Plus, nobody wants to get caught in any crowd in any store right now. So everybody is looking for an opportunity to find that thing online. So don't worry about Amazon and feed them money. Fourth quarter go come and it's gonna make a record.
Right.
It's gonna make record.
And I think since COVID has kicked us in the teeth, a lot of Jamaicans are realizing the value of the online space. So when them used to go on there and post foolishness, now they're really starting to take the space seriously. None more so than Jamaican businesses who are falling over themselves for Instagram and talk about hashtag Jamaica, Brianna is Jamaican. That did not go down well for that bank, I can tell you that, but they tried and we'll take it. We will take it. So Matthew said,
Hold on.
Wait, Matthew said you said Jamaica Post was the best way to ship out of Jamaica. Yes, sir. Ship anything. But they do have categories and stuff. And cost-wise too, yes. Cheapest way to ship out.
I'm making a point on that. They've recently almost doubled their costs.
Me not double it too, because they're cheap to begin with.
It was $2,000 and now it's $4,000 something. But what this is not just a regular post, it's their EMS system.
Yeah, registered
where they actually give you a tracking number and you can see where it is around the world.
It's like a DHL style.
Yeah,
thing.
basically. And this cost is literally like, I think that 4,000 something covers up to like £20. So you're doing packages and stuff, you can send them around the world to your customers. And this is something that you can make like an Amazon guarantee that within 7 days, when you know, say, really, I got to meet them, it's going to reach them in 5. Yeah, you can promise a 7-day delivery rather than 20 days and a month and Jesus backside, you know? You don't have to wait all them time there. So the reason why I was saying for you to wait is because Uziel dropped something in a chat before. And Uziel is joking with life. You see, sometimes I think that as Jamaicans, many times, we're very comfortable. That's one. And then even when we don't comfortable, because our system kind of set up our way and our way of thinking kind of set up our way, we don't see the value in what it is that we do. And we talked about this a lot today.
I have something to say on that.
You're joking with
life. Say have a book.
Listen, guys, each and every one of you in here, which is why we said it and we repeat it and we rinse it, and me, I gotta say it again. Somebody in here is a big joker that everybody laugh. When them step in the room, everybody just bust up. Somebody in this conversation, it can spit and is a big lyricist. Somebody else in this room, grandmother, has been sewing and them can sew from them is 8 years old and them had do a psychology degree when I have nothing to do with the sewing, but them can sew, right? Everybody in here, if we really drilled it down, I had the time to go through with everybody. Uziel say him have a book. So you have the talent. What is necessary is to understand how to use these tools. The tools are free. The tools are free. It requires a certain level of focus because
and skill, like basic skills.
Yeah, but the truth is we know say we don't have the skill already.
Yeah, because we know all on the social media.
You're a star, right? So you have the skill, right? Now it's about understanding how and dedicating a certain level of focus to getting this out. It don't mean that you're going to start today and instantly you are quite Perry and instantly you are rush cam and none of this is instant. You put in the work, and now when you want to stop, you put in the work. And that's when the overnight success happens after you've been doing it for 2 years and then the right person see you and literally they pressed retweet and boom, the world know you. Right?
So the easiest thing is to go viral.
Right? So that is where this overnight success, most of the successful people that we see and oh, that's good for you or that's nice for you, it's not overnight.
Overnight success is 10 years in the making.
Yeah, it's 10 years in the making. You look at somebody like Justin Bieber who got discovered by Usher and was thrown into the limelight and in fame. This little boy at 8 years old was sitting outside a street corner in Canada in a snow, play upon guitar and baby, and a record video for YouTube. Literally.
Chloe and Holly will mash up the place, you know.
Right?
The YouTube Beyonce find them, man.
They were on YouTube, and this is an overnight success. Oh my God! And they're making so much money.
I have a story about that. I was because me shop a wholesale because my money have stretch. So the guy who chop up the meat in the wholesale has a beautiful singing voice. He's always singing, and I'm like, damn, my youth, you need to go put a video up on YouTube. Man, not put no video up on YouTube because them not rate black man and him start going at the white man when I rate black man and blah 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 blah. And I just stop talking to him about it because clearly he doesn't have the kind of mindset. Because when I tell you say his voice is clear and pitch perfect, that's a thing that is actually a lot of people have to learn. He has a pitch perfect, clear, crystal clear voice, beautiful voice. And he must sit down and tell me about, oh, nobody no want do that if you no man porn on YouTube, you know what I mean, my girl. My girl, you see? This is the mindset.
It's the mindset.
This is the mindset. No, this is somebody who could not make money because me see people on YouTube were crow. Yeah? And granted them to reach Justin Bieber, but do you know how much independent recording artist that is making money on YouTube right now?
Yeah, even if they're not signed by anybody, just the YouTube and their YouTube checks, right? Literally, they're making money online. So if I had to leave anything with you guys, any gems or whatever for you to go away with, it's to start believing in you. And yes, Lakeisha, first thing you need to is to believe in yourself.
Lakeisha, drop some gems.
Is to bet on you. You're asking other people to bet on you in terms of them to employ you. You need to bet on you, and you need to invest half. If you invest half of the time, the energy, the work, the dedication that you going to give somebody else in building for them work or in doing their assignment into building you and to building your brand, like you're gone clear.
Latoya Golding, thank you so much. She said, this is my first meeting and I really enjoyed it. Thank you both. You're welcome. Make sure you sign up, Latoya. See, Kris Gayle dropped the link. Kris, you said you wanted to jump in on something a while ago?
Yeah. If you don't forget.
Actually, I'll let you guys finish it because I'll just wrap up with that.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
All right, so we're out of time though. Thank you so much again, Christopher.
Yeah. For
inviting us, and thank you guys for listening and for interacting. Some of those who don't hear talk to yourself and crickets in the chat.
Yeah.
Thanks, Uziel. Stop
Yeah.
wasting time like in am sense. Make sure your mother grows money sensible and you have a good school, right? Yeah, man, do it, man. Publish your book. I want to tell you, Uziel, I want to tell you about a guy by the name of, I won't tell you his name. And I want to tell you about Shelly-Ann Weeks, who is a self-published author. She published her book them herself. You know,
she's a Jamaican.
Shelly-Ann is a Jamaican, and by the way, Shelly-Ann will be teaching a course for the DDA on how to self-publish your own books. If any of you are an aspiring writer, Weeks, Weeks, her name is Dr. Sexy-Ann on Instagram. She's a female reproductive rights advocate, and she has written 2 books. One, My Body Period, and I Changed My Diet and Changed My Life. 2 hot-selling books. On the thing, but I want to tell you, Uziel, about Kingston Creative Podcast. So the Kingston Creative Podcast is a podcast that we actually produced by the DDA for the Kingston Creative Group. And there's a conversation with a guy by the name of Gladstone Taylor. And
he's a photographer for the Gleaner.
Who? No, man. Gladstone Taylor is a writer. A young author and writer, and I want you guys, he's written for Backyard Magazine, The Fader, The Afropunk. Now, this guy don't have no formal training in writing, but he writes about music and stuff, and he's been able, and this is the thing, if you are a writer, you can be a freelance journalist, because there's Shireen Taylor as well, you know, Shireen Money. Shireen has written, her bylines have appeared in some major digital publications, and I want to tell you, digital publications these days like Complex Magazine and Fader are rivaling Elle and all these magazines that are in print. That's enough to know. And if your byline should appear in any of these papers, you might as well call yourself a proper journalist, yeah? So I want you to go listen to that episode of the Kingston Creative Podcast, Uziel, and it's called On Blackness and Writing from Kingston. Go and listen to Gladstone Taylor and his story. You'll be surprised. And guys, please go and listen to the Digital Jamaica podcast. I'm going to drop the link, and you can get some more inspiration from Jamaicans in the tech and digital space, how they went from obscurity to literally earning some serious money.
And actually learn about different people. So it's not just a blogger, or it's not just an Instagrammer or an Instagram model. It's people, software developers and coders and people using different platforms. So all of these stuff are possible, and you can do it.
Definitely possible, guys. So before we go, let me drop the link so you guys, and guys, you know what is a source, an untapped source for a wealth of information? Podcasts. Podcasts are seriously informative. So if you guys have not yet, and as I said, there's a podcast for everything. Go and listen to a podcast.
I use that to help me.
You'll be surprised how much information. All right, so that's the link, guys, to the podcast. When you open that link, any player you have, whether it's Apple, Spotify, we're all over the place. Google, it will take you to the podcast player. Listen to some of the episodes. The last conversation we had was with Steve and Philip Ebar. If you guys know the Stuck on an Island YouTube channel, it has almost 80,000 or over 80,000 subscribers now. This guy literally just goes around Jamaica fishing and cooking from the riverside, and it's wildly popular. And out of that, he's now building a villa for himself. He own 2 hands and him friends, building a villa that he's going to turn into an Airbnb because the demand for it is there. People want to come and spend time with him. Look up Ras Kitchen on YouTube, Ras Kitchen with Moko. and him family turned the local tenement yard into a proper Airbnb, you know, where international people are flying in for come taste him cooking and have a reason with the rest of man. You know why people are. Jamaican food boss who is traveling around Jamaica eating food and making a ton of money just doing that, because what is he doing? Booking food tours, private food tours for people who want to come to Jamaica just to experience our food culture. Listen, there's a ton of examples of Jamaicans online. Rush Cam, as Monique would have said earlier, is out here just being him own self, and he's funny as hell and weird and quirky, and he's unapologetic and people love him. Nets Chat. Some of you guys may know Nets Chat. They talk the most foolishness and about relationships and sex and all sort of excitement. And listen, they're not a Jamaican podcast that are out there doing the damn thing. So the podcast, guys, is an untapped resource that you guys really need to get into. It doesn't require a lot of commitment. You literally just turn it on, plug in your earphones, and go about your business, and you'll be surprised how much you actually learn. All right?
Yeah.
So that's my 2 cents. Somebody say, yes, I love Nets Chat. There you go. There you go.
All right, Kris, we turn
Thank
over
you so
to
much,
you.
guys.
Okay, thank you guys so much. I enjoyed this. I learned so much, and we hope to keep in touch with you. I'm sure everyone was really intrigued, and we were all pulled in your presentation. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah, definitely.
So
one more thing. Sorry, one more thing.
Okay.
Guys, we have a content development workshop for beginners coming up. If you guys are interested in really going online and creating really good content to help push your brand or product or service, I think that workshop is for you. You can visit the website at digitaldisruptionagency.com and find out more about it. It's going to be in November.
Yeah.
In November.
right.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. So we have a competition, a little competition for you guys. What we want for you guys to do is go on Instagram, tag Uimona, YIC Uimona, and tag Digital Disrupt. Do you guys want Digital Disruption Agency or do you want Digital JA for Kadia?
Digital.Jamaica.
Okay, tag the club and tag Digital Jamaica and tell us what stood out for you, and we'll put all of you guys into a randomizer, and the person to win will get $100 credit for their service provider.
I can't enter because me know what me learn.
All right, guys, it's been swell. I'm going to go and eat some of the breadfruit that nearly killed me.
And prepare for our live later. Make sure that you guys tune in at 8 o'clock. We're teaming up,
guys,
with another Jamaican.
We have an amazing live coming up at
Talika
8 p.m.
McDonald is boss. She's a Jamaican living in Canada. And when I said this girl know marketing and no marketing up our wazoo, my girl know marketing. So she'll be on to talk to us tonight, and it's going to be amazing. Of course, we're going to tell you who our Digital Jamaican of the Week is this week. And I'm an app junkie, so we're going to talk about which app I'm using now and give you my thoughts on the app as well. So make sure you tune in at 8 o'clock. It's going to be great. Digital.Jamaica on Instagram.
Awesome. So
all right, guys.
Yeah. Bye, guys. So we have some more stuff to talk about. If you guys want to stay to, tag along, but if you don't want, we have a competition. We have actually a couple competitions for you guys. Otherwise, there are larger competitions. So we have a business competition for persons who already have businesses, persons who just starting out, and persons who have an idea and they want to get it out there. So like you, Uziel, the purpose of this competition is to get you guys out there, urge you to actually put yourself out there. And if you're already out there, 10x your goals and 10x your returns. We also have for October coming up our stock competition. So um, October is when we start learning about stocks. And we have a competition for you guys for that as well. And I think finally, in terms of competition, there's the annual international CFA competitions for the persons who already know about analysis for their companies and so forth. So we're going to send out some documents for you guys for that, for we'll be putting out for that competition. And two more things, how to pay dues and resources. Now, if you've signed up on the form, you should have gotten an email that has a link to your club manual. And in that club manual, resources for you guys, free resources that are on a drive. So you just click the link to that drive, and what that contains is books to read. We're going to have podcasts, and most importantly for the beginners, how to actually go about getting your local brokerage started. That drive, it will be constantly updated, so you'll always find something new in it. We're going to be posting a graphic on that, so that we are reminding you that you actually have that. And finally, for dues, Kadia spoke about Patreon. So we actually have a Patreon, and it's $1 per month USD, and it's of no additional cost to you to just pay that $1 per month from now until I think April. And that dues it goes towards those competitions, it goes towards our outreach and the development of the club itself. And additionally, you get more resources. So resources that are not on the drive, you get resources there. So ensure that you look for that email that we sent to you to get all of that. And that's it, everyone. Thanks for coming out. Bye.